Hi, I'm Anthony from the Writers Resource Centre. I just wanted to let you all know about a book that we've just released called Get Your Book Off the Ground. What you need to know to write and publish your book. We wrote this book for writers that not necessarily are your international best-selling writers, but for writers who have had a good crack at trying to get their books published, or writers who just really enjoy the art of writing. But a lot of writers do have a very strong purpose to get their books read by many people, and unfortunately getting published is one of the really easy ways to go about doing that. A lot of writers have a really strong thing to say because they have a very strong purpose, but then by survey we've found that many writers also try for many years to actually even finish their book and are often unsuccessful. For instance, many writers that we've surveyed have written several manuscripts that are kept in filing cabinets that are most of them incomplete. And even writers that come up to me and say that they would like to get their book published and can I give them any tips, I often find that they actually haven't even finished their manuscript that they want to get published. And then they have several also tucked away that haven't been finished too. These writers have hit pretty much what we call in the trade, or what is common knowledge, to be writer's block. And writer's block for many writers is a pretty serious thing because it ends their forward progress in writing a book, or it ends their aspiration sometimes. Sometimes writers get writer's block so bad that they never pick up a pen or type anything out that's a story ever again. Well, we wrote this book for you guys. One of the reasons that a writer gets writer's block, for instance, is the story hasn't been planned, or the writer doesn't really know their way around the story. For instance, a writer will get a great idea, they'll hit the story really hard at the beginning, they'll write a couple of chapters, and then all of a sudden they won't really know where to take it next. That comes down to planning, and we cover planning really thoroughly in a whole chapter in this book. Now, when you run into writer's block, what tends to happen is you don't know what to do next. But if your story is really thoroughly planned and you understand the flow of the story, which is the story curve, you'll be able to understand what you need to do next and where you are in the story. And that pretty much, in many instances, handles writer's block. Of course, there are other situations that writer's block that causes writer's block that are also handled, but we also cover many of those in the book. And most importantly, a lot of writers want to get their books onto bookshelves. Not all, but many writers do. By survey we found this. So we cover how to actually get your book published in this book too. We cover self-publishing and also going through the rigors of agents and unsolicited manuscripts and the rejection slips that you get, and how to survive getting rejected by a publisher. I mean, for instance, myself, I received hundreds of rejection slips perhaps in my time, but I still persisted and I got my book published. So we want to give some of this information to you, some of this help to you, and you can get the book online at writersworld.com.au. In Australia it's available where all good books are sold, but if you're online you can purchase this book pretty much anywhere. If you're in the UK, the US, any country at all, we'll ship this book out to you. If you go to writersworld.com.au, click on the books link and make a purchase, you can get that. Also, if you go to that same link, you'll be able to see some of the responses that we've had from the book just so far. Just some of them, because we've had quite a few. And have a read through there. And we also are happy to send you out a free sample of the first 18 pages of our book by emailing me at freesample@writersworld.com.au. So email me there and we'll send a copy out to you.